Sorry, I apologize. Welcome to episode 116 of the Primetime Gorehounds. I am Primetime James Thomas with the Gorehound himself, Paul Burt, on July 10th, 2027 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We are watching The Conjuring 2. Again, I'm Primetime James with the Gorehound himself, Paul Burt, one from Denver, one from the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! I was on it. You know, under the circumstances, I was still on it. But yes, indeed. The Conjuring, the sequel to the 2013 haunted house horror film, The Conjuring. Are you guys a fan of The Conjuring 2? Let us know in the comment section or in the chat room. But tonight we're watching The Conjuring 2 from 2016, the follow-up to a very successful and critically acclaimed Conjuring from 2013. And here we are, Paul. We are finally here. And I took a nap. I overslept. And that's why we're in this predicament right now. But we're still here, unfortunately, under these circumstances. But Paul, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing good after last night. We went and seen Cradle of Filth and Torquay Foundry. That was a fucking awesome gig. It was my first time seeing them live, and the best part about it was that I was on the guest list to do photography for that gig as well. So had front row seats to get all the best shots. As they've posted them up on my photography page if you guys want to see that. But as of today, Jesus man, it's weather-wise, it's fucking hot as balls in here right now. I mean, even though I've got my window wide open, I'm pretty sure the temperature's like over 30 degrees where I am right now because I've been sweating bullets all day long. But apart from that, things are good. I'm just trying to keep cool as best I can and trying to keep myself sane and working on, getting plans ready for my next costume that my friend's putting together, which hopefully will be ready in time for September.
Oh, nice. Well, for over here, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Enjoying the nice summer weather, and yes, I'm about to watch The Conjuring. Now, I did not see this movie in theater. I didn't see either Conjuring movies in the theater actually, which is really weird. But I remember renting this movie back in the day. Back in the day, actually, I didn't rent it. A friend of mine rented it,
Okay.
and watched it. And I remember I liked it. I certainly liked it. I felt very similar to The Conjuring 2, like I did Insidious Chapter 2. And it's
Fair
a
enough.
serviceable, well-done horror movie because, James Wan had proven his horror directive sensibilities are quite sharp. He knows he's pretty good. Now, he's too early to be put on the Mount Rushmore of horror. For God's sakes, calm down, people! That is earned. He hasn't earned that yet. He stepped away from the horror genre for a little bit, naturally, because he wants to go off and do other things. But you see, if he comes back and if he comes, he did come back. Really, did he do that? Did he direct Night Swim?
Yeah, I think he did. I know he's been producing a bunch of horror movies that's come out. I mean, he's even the guy that produced the recent Mortal Kombat movie, and he is going to be back in the driver's seat for the next Saw movie.
Okay, all right. So maybe okay, producing for directing is not really the same thing. I'm talking about actually in the chair creating the movie. He hasn't done that since this movie, right?
Yeah, I think it's been a while. Yeah, after this one, he went on to do films like Aquaman and all that. And the crazy thing is, he came close to not doing this sequel because after the success of Fast and Furious 7, Universal offered him, quote unquote, life-altering cash so he could do the 8th movie. But he was like, nah, I want to get back and do this.
Okay. but James Wan has proven himself to be he's proven to be very very good in the horror film. Of course, he did the first Saw,
Yep.
and of course the Conjuring, Insidious, and he did it in Insidious Chapter 2 and Conjuring 2. And I like this movie. I think it's all right, because I like the Warrens. I like Ed and Lorraine Warren in terms of Patrick Wilson and Via Farmiga, if I think that's how you pronounce her last name.
Yeah.
I like I like them. They have good chemistry together, so I enjoy seeing them return. But I have to admit, I think the first Conjuring, is a better movie. Although I think this is a serviceable sequel. Paul, how do you feel?
Well, it's been a couple of years since I've seen this Conjuring sequel, and I remember correctly, it was after we watched the Insidious movies, it was you that talked me into checking out these other Conjuring movies as well. So I thought, okay, cool. So I went ahead and did that and bought the trilogy during COVID lockdown, and I watched them, and I thought, yeah, this was actually a pretty solid supernatural ghost movie because I'm very picky when it comes to supernatural films, but this is one of those few movies which I've actually grown to like, and the first movie is undeniably a damn good movie. The sequel that we're about to watch tonight, it's a solid entry. I mean, it doesn't have quite the same impact as like the first movie did in terms of its jump scares and story and everything, but as a solid sequel, it does well. And then you got, of course, the third one, which we'll probably get around to at some point, and later on the upcoming fourth and final installment, which I think is dropping in September, if I'm correctly. But yeah, I think it's been about probably 2 or 3 years since I saw this one. I remember enjoying it then, and definitely look forward to seeing this one more time.
My fault. Yes, indeed. And you also got to remember this because this movie is actually based on a true story.
Yeah,
Um, and you also got to remember this too. When you translate these type of stories in a cinematic form onto the big screen, because people kind of like really they kind of take based on true story a little too literal sometimes. Like when you take these stories put on the big screen, they're going to be over dramatic. It's a dramatization of. I mean, look, I had when I was younger, in high school, I had a paranormal experience. Paul, I told you about this. Now, when I say
yeah,
I had, it was a journey. It would take way too long for me to get into it, but but it was the actual story. If I was to tell the actual story, Paul, you know the actual story, it would be boring as shit, right?
yeah.
So sometimes you need to,
You got to dramatize it to make it
dramatize,
more dramatic.
yes, and take creative liberties to sensationalize certain things to make them more appealing cinematically. There's some things that at face value are fine, but in cinema it works better this way. So, like when you're watching based on true stories, supernatural events, you do tend to see crazy, sensationalized things. You're like, wait, what? You're like, that really happened? Like, like, did
Yeah,
that
it's like,
really go down that way? I mean, even
well,
even even the Lutzes from Amityville, who I'm very skeptical of to begin with, and there's reasons for it. Even the Lutzes themselves, who are questionables, even they said that the movie that was the floorboards moving and the walls bleeding, even they said that. You know what I mean?
I know,
So there's gonna be room for sensationalism and to make the movie more of a.
marketable.
Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt in my mind. So you take the basic premise of something, and if it's something like, and the lamp fell off the table. Well, the lamp falling off the table, maybe that may really happen. But in the movie, it's not just falling off the table; it's flying across the fucking room, right? So like,
Yeah, pretty much flying across the room and aiming for somebody's face. Yeah, pretty much.
exactly. It's just a visual stimulus for the audience, and it adds sensationalism. So again, it's not that these things don't happen. It can be very difficult to read through the weeds of what is true and what isn't, and what of it is true. How much of it is exaggerated? How much of it is embellished for the sake of entertainment? You have to do that, Paul. If we had the story, we would have to do some crazy shit. Because if we told the story as is, it would be boring. It wouldn't be as exciting, and
Yeah,
people would not see our movie at
yeah,
all.
exactly, exactly. I mean, if you're gonna be doing a movie based on something that actually happened, if you try to tell it straight faced and straight from the hip, the problem with that is that people are gonna get bored of it very quickly. I mean, okay, you'll have some people that's intrigued, but you won't get the amount of people that you want to have to end up in the box office. So yeah, at times you have to dramatize it and you have to sensationalize it a little bit and add that jump value scare because that's what people want to go see. Yeah, people want to see some stuff that's based on the true story, granted, but people want to be entertained as well. They don't want to be sit there bored shitless for 2.5 hours. This is how it is. So you got to go in that
Exactly.
direction.
Exactly. Sometimes the real story is not that exciting. I mean, a lot of times demonic possessions are not that exciting. Creepy,
Yeah.
but they're not like you know what I mean? Like it's not that in real life. A lot of them are pretty boring. I've seen some. I've heard some audio. I've seen some documentaries, and demonic possessions aren't really. They're not really all that eventful. A lot of it's actually
No.
pretty calm. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty calm. Actually,
I've seen a whole, but yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of them on YouTube. There's a few when you look at them, you think, that's not like how it goes on the movies. Well, no, because it's real life, you dumbass. This is just the movies dramatizing it. And yeah, when it comes to like supernatural stuff, I'm sure Lou's got a few stories to tell about that. When it comes to it, she's got a few up that she knows about. But yeah, I mean, like either way, this movie did go on to make um 321 million on a budget of 40 million. So I think, to my knowledge, I think this one was the highest grossing movie in this main Conjuring series, if I'm correct. I could be wrong.
wait, what was that? What was that, Paul?
This might be the highest grossing movie in this series. Well, this main series of the Conjuring.
Well, yeah, I think for a lot of the fans, this for people, I think if you ask the fans, some people have actually said that this was their favorite. So it
Yeah,
actually makes sense that it had a good opening weekend, and then more people went to go see it just off word of mouth.
exactly. Because the first movie created that much of a buzz. As soon as the word got out there was going to be another one, of course, people were going to be checking it out. It was just a given at this point.
And also, I just think it's absolutely crazy that we had three Annabelle movies because I did some research on on the whole universe. The fact we
Yeah.
had three Annabelle movies before we had three Conjuring movies and a Nun movie is absolutely insane.
Well, we got two Nun movies, three Annabelle movies, soon to be four Conjuring movies. There's been 9 movies in total so far in the entire Conjuring universe. And I know people say that the second Conjuring movie, well, Annabelle movie, which is technically the very first story, is the best one.
Yes, yes, indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. So yeah, so there's nothing wrong with over sensationalized. Like even the first Conjuring film was over sensationalized, but it was earned because it was a good story, it was good characters, and then I've said this like it's again, it's like a wrestling match. It's like a wrestling match. If you earn it, you tell a good story throughout the whole match, and then towards last like 10 minutes, do you want to do crazy flippy floppy shit? That's fine because you've earned it and you got me invested. So
Yeah, like let it build. It's all about the presentation. Get that story building, and then hit the climax. Don't just go jumping right into it, which is what some
exactly.
people do. It's like I'm looking at you, AEW, but you get what I mean.
Exactly. All right, so Conjuring 2. So I am at 3 seconds where you see the Warner Brothers pictures. I'm watching this on Prime. Paul, how are you watching this, Paul?
I got this on Blu-ray.
Okay, all right. So we go 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play. Again, 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play.
And if you don't press play, you're going to have a very nasty visit with the Crooked Man or the Nun.
Which, by the way, the Crooked Man, yeah, didn't exist in an actual story. Anyway, okay, so in 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, we're in. Very cloudy day at Warner Brothers right there.
The Conjuring 2. I haven't seen this movie in a little bit.
It's been about 2-3 years. New Line Cinema. They've been on a roll lately with the recent
The
Final Destination
home,
movie.
the home Freddy built. Literally,
Yep.
they were on the verge of
Damn right.
packing in. They were on the verge of packing in before Elm Street movie. The Elm Street movie was the movie that saved them.
Yeah, pretty much. And you could say also when it comes to Lionsgate, that's the movie that Saw built. because Lionsgate was a very small independent studio until that one showed up. Oh, that logo we just saw, that was the Rat Pack studio. That was Brent Ratner's movie outfit.
You know what Wes Craven movie that we need to do one day? People Under the Stairs. That's a good one.
Dude, people have been talking about doing a remake of that for a while. I mean, I've heard on and off rumors about it. I heard that I think Jordan Peele wanted to do it. Why is that so Amityville when I see that fucking window? Oh, because it is Amityville. My bad. 1976, 50 years ago.
2 months prior to our involvement, the Lutz family had fled their home in the middle of the night, claiming that the house was haunted.
I can still hear that music playing in the background, by the way.
Ah, damn! I'm sorry. I keep forgetting I don't mute it. I just.
But yeah, this Enfield case, which are going to show after this opening scene here, the Enfield poltergeist is actually one of the most documented paranormal events in human history, and people say this was the British version of Amityville. It was our version of it, basically.
Envision yourself in the halo of glowing white light. Protect you.
But yeah, man, the Warrens, they're not around anymore.
We hope to discover
Vera Farmiga is a good looking woman.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's smoking hot, dude.
Soft light on her eyes. I was probably done in post. I could see that doing in post.
Yeah, it looks like they did a little bit of lighting on the post. Either that or the photographer is really good.
Nice pullback.
Yeah, I like how they do
probably...
this. Everybody's asleep but her. I will admit that the Insidious movies and the Conjuring movies have been the movies that kind of re-sparked my interest in ghost movies again. And how you doing, Philip and Louise in the chat? I hope you guys are enjoying this sequel here that we're about to watch. So far, it's... Oh, hang on. Doors opening. Oh, hang on. Something's good.
You know, this may... But I've not seen a single solitary...
Ooh, hold on. Nothing. I'm just talking about the movie. I didn't do anything. Okay, never mind.
Yes, this is the Amityville story, which we did.
Yeah.
We did the original Amityville movie.
Yeah, that original movie was a classic, dude. And that franchise has just been dragged out. Like I can't believe how many movies there's been in that series, official ones and non-official ones. I think there's about 30 last I counted.
Is that John Barenthal?
I don't know. I think so.
Looks like him.
Hey, Mark.
Or maybe it's James Brolin, de-aged.
Yeah. Hey, Mark saying, you and your bloody sequels. Hey, it's James that picked this one today, man, not me.
But DeFeo here, who had recently passed away, is so strange. This whole story is so strange. I mean, not even supernatural. It's like I'm talking about. I know the devil and voices told me. There's speculation that he wasn't alone in this, because I don't understand how he could have, because the coroner said that all the kids... Oh, that's a creepy shot of that kid.
Those eyes, man. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of speculations about the whole Amityville. Like a lot of people say that guy wasn't alone in doing this stuff. There's been tons of like different theories and and wild accusations and speculations about what really happened. Like some
Yeah,
people believe
because
that.
there was because if it was just Ronald DeFeo doing it, how come nobody woke up and heard those shots? Because he murdered 6 people, and apparently, according to the coroner, from what I remember, the official ruling was they were all killed in their sleep. And I'm like, really? I'm like, and then there's speculation about DeFeo and his sister. You got to dive into it, and it's a fascinating story. And I know the official story is that it was him and him only, and maybe it was. It's just that beyond the Amityville horror movie story that we know of the Lutzes, there's weird shit even on that night. Like, how come nobody wake up? Like, because, and I think they're all found on their stomachs or something like that.
Yeah, like
It's just weird.
how can you not hear a gunshot? I mean, if I heard that gunshot, I'd have been shooting out of the bed. And I'm usually a heavy sleeper. I would have heard it right away. There's that fucking nun.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I like the way they do this, like little subtle movement. Fucking hell, subtle things like that. That just works.
That was the nun. The first look at Valak, the nun.
Yeah, I need to check those nun movies out because from what I hear, chronologically, time-wise, the first
But
nun
but, but,
movie.
but that had nothing to do. That it was a creative, cool character. But why does the nun have its own movie when it's really only a wasn't Valak really just it was just something. It's just a demon. It's like but how can how I'm hazing on the details again, but I remember reading this article about how it doesn't make sense to have a nun movie when it was really she was only its purpose was served in this movie in terms of how Ed and Lorraine was it served its purpose here. It wasn't necessary to have a whole other film. Like
Yeah.
without Ed and Lorraine, it doesn't make sense in some ways. I forget the story now. It wasn't like a blog. It was an actual article.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
It was a very good point too.
it does bring up
Oh,
some interesting point. Yeah, here we go. Same opening title like the first movie.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that title. I love because that's how I did in the first film.
Yeah, I mean Insidious did something similar. Well, here we are. Welcome to London. By the way, that early footage that first bit of footage you saw, we didn't have sky dishes in the 70s. I just want to point that out there. Those are archive footage because yeah, during the 70s we had the beginning stages of the punk movement, punk rock stuff, and it was the miners' strike that was happening in the UK. I wasn't born in '76 yet, so I didn't come around until '83. But my mom, she was a kid during that time, so she saw some of this stuff. So she was around when all this was happening. '70s was a different world back then, especially in England.
Have kids. A lot were showing. They were showing kids smoking in 2016.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
then again, it's no.
I thought they were done with that.
That's no secret that kids were smoking cigarettes back in the day quietly without the teachers knowing. And then you get the teacher giving them shit, and then you wouldn't be surprised that the teacher ends up taking a puff out of that drag as well, like that. But yeah, man. Yeah, schools are still strict over here. I was actually watching before we actually went on the air. I was actually watching the behind the scenes documentaries of this film on the Blu-ray disc, and they showed a 12-minute featurette on the original kids that were involved in this paranormal case on this film. So they were talking about their experiences about it. I mean, that's such a British way with a yeah wanker. You'll hear that quite a bit. Green Street.
Yeah, looks pretty comfortable living there. Not gonna lie.
Eh, it's not too bad. I mean, I don't live in London. I'm about 200 miles away from it, but um, there's some parts of London that's okay, and then some parts it ain't. This is one of those council houses, and some of them have that old like worn out aesthetics look. And from what I understand, I think this was actually the actual I think this was the actual house they used for some of the interior scenes because that building is still standing. But yeah, the remaining members of the Hodgson family visited the set of this movie. Who portrays their late mother refused to meet them as she feared it would affect her performance. So they actually did get to
Mm.
visit the set. And on the first day of filming, and I'm not surprised about this, but on the first day of filming, they actually brought a priest in to bless the film set.
Mm.
Not hard to see why. You're doing a movie like this. And like I said, there was a lot of speculation. I mean, I remember during the reading some of the archives on this is that some people believe that that Janet Hodgson was a gifted ventriloquist and had the power to manipulate voices, and she did admit it to faking some of those events. She
Yeah, see,
revealed
there
about
you
two.
go.
She
There you
revealed
go.
about 2% of the whole 2% of the haunting was not real.
Like I said, got sensationalized. Like a lot of those stories a lot of the stories at face value are boring.
Yeah, and one of the real life allegations that wasn't featured in this movie was that Hodgson's children's toys were thrown around or were too hot to touch, something like that. I'm just reading on the trivia here. But, like, there are people who believe in this stuff, and there are people who are very skeptical about the shit, which is understandable. Oh, and a Ouija board. I fucked one of those once when I was a kid.
I thought you said you fucked one of those when you was a kid.
No, I said I fucked around with one of those Ouija boards.
I'm like, man, you fucked the car. You fucked the cardboard. Okay, Paul.
Dude,
That's what
get
we're
your
learning.
mind out of the gutter.
I'm about to say these past couple shows we're learning a lot about you. I didn't forget about last week.
Dude, get your mind out of the gutter. That's not exactly what I was saying. I'll word it differently. I did. One of my friends did have one of those, and we tried it out. Oh, you've messed up my train of thought now.
Oh hey, I ain't done. I ain't done.
I didn't mean it like that. You forget it. All right. Anyway,
Yep.
back.
You like that? You like big women to drop a low for Jesus.
Oh, shut up, son of a bitch. All right. Anyway, I was gonna. I was trying to look up something to read. Then I've just forgotten it now. Shit. Yeah, I was right. This film did have the biggest weekend gross for horror movies in the 3 years to the previous movie. Just reading into that. I'm just seeing if there's any more things I can find out about the actual case of this. So I'm gonna see if I can debunk some of it. Yeah, Enfield Poltergeist. Here we go.
I love I forgot what it is, but I love the moment when the girl is sitting on the bed and there's this face that slowly emerges from the darkness behind her. Then she turns on the
Yeah,
light
yeah,
and it's just
yeah.
a poster. That's really well done. Great illusion. Like you see this face kind of behind her in the darkness, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And you turn on the light, and I believe, and it's just her poster on the wall, and you're like, "Oh, that was so well done."
Yeah, I mean, I really liked how James Wan and the guy that was in charge of the cinematography, they worked so well together to create this like visual story of something there. Like something's there, you just don't know when it's gonna pop out at you, but when it does, it's like an absolute gotcha moment.
And there's a scene where I don't know if it's the Crooked Man, but he's like sitting in the chair, he's in meditation. Like, you see that face behind her there? She's got
Yeah, I
two
saw that. I
posters,
saw that.
right? Yeah,
Oh
it's
man,
really that scene is really effective. It's very effective. It's really well done, and I love that shit. Again, nice slow burns, dangling the carrot. You know what I mean? It's good
theater of the
stuff.
mind
I don't
stuff.
dislike this movie at all, but I do still like the first one better. I think the first one was a better representation of what Juan was doing than this movie. It's
Exactly.
still good.
Like I said, even though the later sequels don't quite hit as much as the first movie did, they still have its moments. Man, why you gotta have the washing machine down in these creepy ass basements? Nah, dude, I ain't going down there.
Freddy
And it's
Krueger's gonna
flooded too.
Freddy Krueger's gonna come out of here in a second.
Oh, I'm, ex-
Oh!
I'm expecting the Book of the Dead to be popping up somewhere at this point, or because that basement, or because that basement's flooded, I'm expecting Pennywise's head to pop up.
But James, nobody other than Robert Englund should. Shut up.
Yes, Mark, I know that this house is still standing to this day. I'm reading a little bit into it on the Wikipedia.
Welcome to the Becky Rivers. What's this Becky Rivers show?
Yeah, it's an old 70s show.
Mm. Paul had sideburns like that 15 years ago.
Me having sideburns like that 15 years ago? I think I might have. I don't remember.
I'm gonna start wearing a suit like this fat guy here.
I've never been much of a suit guy at all. I know I've had. I
Of
know
course.
I wore one.
I see what's going on here. He's the he's the skeptic. Oh, I don't believe you really. I don't believe you're legit.
Yeah, there's always this is something that the Warrens had to deal with on a daily basis. That you had people that thought they were bullshitting. I mean, like when you think about supernatural stuff, like which side of the fence are you on when it comes to the actual like claims of this stuff?
And there's nothing wrong with being skeptical. Like, there's a difference between being skeptical and being cynical. I think everybody should be skeptical because I would like to believe anyway that even Ed and Lorraine Lauren, the real couple, would probably agree with what I always say is that more often than not, there are reasonable explanations for unusual occurrences. I mean,
Yeah,
like more often than not, the bump in the night you hear or the such and such you hear, if you actually investigate it, it does end up being the cat and dog or the door or the loose screw, whatever it is, right?
yeah,
And
exactly.
that's what my experience. There's more than not usual explanation, reasonable explanations, but there are moments where things cannot be explained and unusual things do happen. But it's good to be skeptical because if you're not skeptical, you're gullible and you believe every fucking thing. And you
Yeah,
need to be skeptical. It's important. You have to be because you don't want to just because your credibility depends on it. It depends
yeah,
on it
exactly,
because being
exactly.
skeptical and
For me, like
going. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm saying for me, like when it comes to things like this, I'm kind of, I guess you could say 50-50 in it because I'm the kind of person where I'm just like, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. I'm not going to believe it until you show it to me or put it in my hands. So, um, I do think there might be some truth to some of this that we see on these kind of movies and the history documentaries about it. But there's that part of me that's just kind of like, well, did this really happen? Because unless I've experienced some shit like that for real, then I can't really quite relate to it in terms of supernatural stuff. So unless I've experienced something similar to that or whatever, it's hard for me to kind of believe it sometimes unless I'm actually in the same room and it happens when I'm there. So I guess that's the skeptic in me.
Yeah, when you're a skeptic, the goal is to tear everything apart, and then there are people out there that make a perfection. they do that all day. They call themselves professional skeptics, but that's not. I mean, some may call them dickheads, but but it gives skeptical a bad name because we all should be skeptical over, and again, I do, and I'm somebody that's been through unusual things, and I'm saying this. It's important because there were things too that you're like, oh my god, what was that? Who was that? I got really excited, but I remember. Okay, I think this is the scene here.
Yeah, this is the scene coming
Wait,
up.
hold on. I think this is the scene here. Wait, hang on. This is so well done.
Yeah, the
If
way
this
they
is
did
it.
this. I think this is it, yeah. This is the first, like, in-your-face encounter they're going to get.
I think she's got to sit up more.
Hmm.
Wait. Hang on. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, you can kind of see more behind her. I think it's later on in the movie. Now, the fact that she's looking, let's see, this is good shit. Like looking at the corner of the room, there's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Juan has brought that trope, not a trope, but he's brought that that type of thing, I guess, over from the first film. It's not nearly as effective in this movie as it was in the first movie, but
It still works, though.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it, right? Oh, okay, right. It worked in the first film. It was okay here, but the way she's looking at the corner there, nice fall off. They probably could have unmasked, and they probably put a mask on there to make it a little darker. Because you could absolutely do that. Put like a little filter, a mask on there.
Yeah, Mark just asked a question here. He just said, did somebody recently let the Annabelle doll out of the case? The Warrens kept it in?
I have not heard about that.
Hang on, I'm going to look it up.
Whoa, shit!
Fucking hell.
Creepy as shit.
That made me jump then. I turned away for a second.
Was there a cut?
I don't think so, man. I just turned away for a second.
Here it is. Isn't that creepy? You faintly see him. You faintly saw him.
I just saw that, yeah. Oh, and to answer the question.
You faintly see him. That's so well done. Yeah. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh. It's smart. It's subtle. It's so smart.
It's the way it is.
Now she doesn't want to turn the light off.
It's all down to the cinematography and James.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, and to quickly answer Mark's question.
I have said this before. James Wan in a Halloween movie would be great.
Exactly. And the doll did not escape. I'm reading into it. It didn't. That was just a rumor that happened.
Good. Did you see that? Did you see that, Paul? That random man sitting in the chair?
Yeah, I did catch that. Yeah.
That was so creepy. But yeah, thank God. Thank God. Because goddamn, if that doll escaped, we're fucked.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Yeah, I've stubbed my toe on toy cars like that before, man. They hurt. Is there something in the shadow there? I just saw something. There's something in that fucking tent, isn't it? I'm waiting for someone to just jump out right now. I'm expecting it. I'm telling you, man, there's something in that tent. See, I like this as well. There's no music score. You can't tell what's coming. Oh.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
No shit.
Again, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if James Wan directed a Halloween film, it would be like it'd be special. Like you have peanut butter jelly, you have peanut butter chocolate, like thing like it would be a match made in heaven.
Oh,
How James Wan directs and how he slow burns and and
he
you
would be
could
the
use
ideal candidate.
Michael. He could use Michael so effectively in the shadows and the darkness. Ah!
Did someone just jump?
No, I'm just frustrated.
I know, right? This movie. But yeah, James Wan would be fucking perfect to direct a Halloween movie. If they do decide to do another reboot, he should drop his name in the hat.
Why not?
He should. I'd be down for it.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm out.
I forgot
I'm
all
leaving.
about that. I
I'm
forgot all
leaving if
about
that
that.
happens. Nah, I'm not. I'm not staying in the house. That's it. We gotta go. Why would you have a tent in the house? Never mind. Man, the way the pacing is going on this movie, and it's just it's teasing the audience right now. Are you sure it's a bad dream, lady? But yeah, I'm just reading stuff about this. There's a lot of stuff about the skepticism about this case that went down. A lot of the skeptics have argued that Janet was produced by false vocal cords and lyrics. Yeah, you could probably say that. But if she was really good at doing that, then she must be a really good actress. Then the real one, that is. Dude, that
Yeah,
creepy ass.
people who try to research and try to debunk, every little thing is like they call themselves skeptics, but they're cynics, they're debunkers, professional debunkers, and I can't stand people like that. But being
No,
skeptical, there's nothing wrong with that. Even scientists are skeptical. They're skeptical by nature,
that's true.
and you don't want to be gullible. You don't want to believe
No,
everything.
no, you don't want to do that. No, absolutely not. Dude, look at the size of them TV remotes back in the 70s.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, we do get heavy weather like that regularly in the UK. Old ass fireplace. I remember having one of those back at one of the first houses I lived in. I think that was a Kenny Everett show then. That's I think that's Queen Elizabeth. She ain't around no more. Dude, that remote looks like a bloody
Looks like a camera.
box. It does.
We couldn't just we couldn't just we just couldn't just get on our phones.
Nah. I think that's one of those old Grundy TVs. It's a UK made TV company around no more. And there goes the remote. I've had moments like that where the remote's gone missing. I'm thinking, dude, where the hell did I put it? And then it's not in the place where I didn't put it, It's weird like that. Oh, there's those fucking phones you don't like, dude.
Oh, those rotary phones.
Oh, man. Every time you screw the number up, got to put it down and do it all over again.
4, 5, I messed up. Hang up, gotta do it again. 4, 5. Like, bro, I hated that.
Yeah.
Hated that.
I know. It was so damn annoying. Oh, there's a remote. But dude, that couch is just haggard and worn out right now. No, I don't know when. Gonna have to wait. But then again, Ghost ain't gonna wait. Dude, that you can see how bad the damp has affected the bloody walls of that place. I wouldn't be able to sit there because I got like really bad allergies to damp spores. Oh, that bitch Thatcher's on TV. Get her off the fucking screen. Fucking Tory bitch. Long story, dude. I'll tell you about it off the air. Like, well, there goes the TV for today. God, yeah, you mean you had to keep like messing around with the antenna just to try and make it work? And whoa, shit!
That was a good jump scare. The color grading, on this movie is very cool. It feels very. Oh fuck! Ooh, that was very insidious. Like that was good. That was very James Wan.
That was good.
That's
but yeah,
classic James Wan.
Yeah, you were saying about the color drain, and I think they were using a cool filter on it with the lighting.
Yeah, it felt it. Yeah, it felt cool.
Yeah, and this one's
if you're
got
gonna
like
make a movie that has jump scares, if you're gonna make one that has jump scares, it's a little bit more sensational than something like a Black Christmas or Halloween or something like that. This is what I would do. You have fun with them. You don't make them feel cheap necessarily. And for God's sakes, do not have the fake jump scares. You know, where it's like the hand goes on the shoulder, you turn around, the hand on the shoulder, you turn around, and it's her friend. How many fucking times have we seen that in movies? Where there are horror movies where they do that 10 times in a movie. Like, God, stop doing them. The false jump scares. Like, Jesus. James Wan, at least it's kind of scary when James Wan does it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like the whole this whole like they do that whole trope with these jump scares where you just kept that same stupid ass hand on the shoulder and that loud music bang, and I'm just like, dude, it may have worked the very first time. It don't work now. Can you please fucking stop doing that? Because otherwise, it's like another thing. I've got to point out about the camera work here. You see how because we're here with the Warrens, the color's all nice and warm and it's all colorful. But then when we're back at that place, it's all this like dim, like color drained, like grim looking type color vibe, and which was something I like about that. I like it when movies do that kind of manipulation with the color schemes. And I think if I remember correctly, I think they were using I think it was a Panavision Genesis they were using as. Let me see what camera they were using. I might be right about that. No, the aspect ratio is a 2.39.
Is that Mr. I mean, I don't know why I thought that was Mr. T on the poster, like on the wall. Like why the fuck? Like why the fuck Mr. T? Why the fuck Mr. TV on the wall?
I have no idea, dude. But anyway, I can tell you what camera they're using. They're using an Arri Alexa XT lens Stimulex C lens, and the lab was like a photo cam, and the negative format's a codex. That's why you got this color vibe the way it is right now. Yeah, I know. That's the camera nerd in me, folks. I am a photographer after all. Well, trying to be. Dude, I am not staying in that room if something like that is making those kind of noises. Just no. All done in the best possible taste. Something like that, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, those phones you couldn't even dial. Can you imagine if you were in an emergency, you're trying to dial an emergency number fast, you got to wait for it to rotate back? Yeah, fucking annoying.
I know, right?
Yeah, house is burning down. You're trying to dial the number. Oh shit, I can't get this dial fast enough. Again, no music. That's what I like to see in these movies a lot more. When you don't have the music, just have the environment and whatever's around. This is I've said it numerous times. Same. This is why I've always been a fan of like those kind of movies with no music, and especially with found footage movies. And I don't know how brightly lit your TV screen is, but I can tell you now because the TV set and I got it on, everything looks like natural dark on here. Nice first person view there. Something that Halloween perfected. Damn, man, that house is in is in rough shape.
Yeah, it's not in best shape.
That's definitely a council house back in the day.
I like the blue lighting, the moonlight.
That's a good one there, Mark. I like that Mark was putting in the chat. He said, "There's a rumor in government circles that they cemented Thatcher to make sure she can't come back." Yeah, we don't want her coming back from the dead. Screw that, dude. Dude, like seriously, right now, the first sign of that type of supernatural stuff happening, I'm not staying in that house. I'd have been gone on the first day. See how the way this movie plays with sound effects and the camera setups. It's just genius. Do not come out of that bed sheet. It will catch you. Is it a ghost or is it the kid's mom? Whoa, fucking hell. Okay, that was random. That was random. And she had her headphones. That is so me when I'm sleeping. I got music playing while I'm sleeping. That is so me. Oh shit, beds are going.
Oh damn!
Ooh. She got bit. I might have been a second behind, so I'll just fast forward just a bit. She just turned the light on. She's checking the wardrobes.
Taking turns scaring the wits out of each other? No wonder I can't get a good night's sleep. I don't want to hear another word. Now get back to bed. The lot of you.
Oh,
You believe it
there
now?
we go. There we
You
go.
believe it now? She's like, what the fuck? Yep, they're gone.
Seen it with my own eyes. The bloody thing went clear across the room.
Yeah, they're not going back in that house. That's it. Oh, big dog. That's a Rottweiler, I think. And from what I'm reading in the archives of this, is that the cops were skeptical about it until they actually saw the whole thing happen as well. That's when it became serious.
And this took place in the 70s, right?
Yeah, 1976.
1976.
Yeah, about 49 years ago now.
Oh, I thought for a split second I thought that was Danielle Harris. For like a split second I thought that was Danielle Harris.
Well, she was on the Stake Land. If anybody didn't see that last week,
She'd probably die in here too if she was.
yeah, I know, right? That seems to be her calling card in horror movies since she's now an adult, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta die.
Yep. There you go. This is when the cops started catching on about what the hell was going on. And yes, folks, for anyone who wasn't old enough to know, yeah, British cops back in the day still used to wear those silly, like, strap things on their hats. Looks like a finish line racing flag on their heads.
It's coming from inside the wall.
Then what? Mice, maybe?
Mice don't make that kind of noise on a wall. Come on now. There you go. The cops just saw that.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that. We'll file a police report and we'll stand by it if anyone asks, but that's about all. A report? Oh, that's brilliant. Every problem I have, there's another bloody form to fill out.
For God's sake.
Listen, I think this is a bit beyond us.
Yeah, even they know this is bullshit.
I'll ask him to call me.
Gotta admit though, the Warrens did have a pretty nice house here. Seeing if there's any more trivia news for me to dig up. I don't know if you knew this, right? But
Why does it look like she's wearing like Chucky's outfit?
you know, I was just about to say the same thing. Just looking at that, then maybe this back then was even though Chucky was already around. Maybe this was a precursor, and they just didn't know it. But yeah, Vera here. Apparently, she was suffering from a very bad throat issue. So, due to the intense screaming that she had to perform. So, due to technical challenges, she had to sometimes do 50 takes in a row for some of the screaming. Who's what? Oh, shit. There's that nun again.
No, that's creepy.
Very. Who'd have thought a nun would scare people like this, anyway? I mean, when I was a kid, I used to call them oversized penguins, but there you go.
Hilarious.
I was about 5 years old when I first saw one walking around. I was like, Mom, that looks like an oversized penguin. None kind of looked at me like, really? See right there. See that then? Or was that the painting? Either that's the painting or that's really her.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
That was That made me almost jump then when that music started playing. Oh man, those old cassette recorder things. And the typewriter there. Well, hang on. There's that house from the first movie. I fucking saw that then. Did you see that standing there? With
Yep.
lightning went out?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't turn the light on. Just leave the room. Just leave the room. Just get out of there. Hey, check out this question that Mark just put. He says here, one question they could never answer is how Janet knew so much about Bill and got to remember this in 1976. The internet was still science fiction. Yeah, how did that kid know about that stuff back then?
I mean, you can still go to the library. Look up old newspaper clippings, old some books. So you can still do research. It was just more. You just had to do more. But yeah, but you go to a library and look for old newspaper clippings and do that whole thing where you kind of like scroll through the clippings and yeah.
Yeah, probably must have done that when they were maybe that school had a library. She must have looked at it then, maybe. Who knows?
Walking along, yeah. But that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, that creepy ass shadow, man. And it goes right into that painting, like. Nah, fuck that. Time to go. Shit. Okay, that was good.
Good.
I will give him that. I'll give James that one. That was a good one. And now we're all of a sudden in the basement? The way it transitioned, that was so clever how they did that. You can tell he brought some of those transition tricks from the Saw movies.
See, that's why I say about like what the nun and Annabelle. Like I understand the attraction. Oh shit. But I understand the attraction to those characters because they look cool, the nun and Annabelle, but it works because they were auxiliary players in this movie, but on their own without the Warrens doesn't make sense, doesn't work to me.
No, I mean, but I guess because I think the reason why they ended up getting their own movies, I guess, was because there were some people out there or somebody in Hollywood felt that might have been more interesting to explore their characters a little more, find out a little more about them. Maybe that's the reason why they ended up getting their own movies, because that usually happens sometimes with auxiliary characters. They all of a sudden get their own thing. I mean, look at fucking. I know we've used this example a few times, but look at things like Art the Clown when he did his own like All Hallows Eve. Now he's got his own movie franchise. And he was an auxiliary character at one point.
The old school news broadcast.
Yeah, back in the day, man. The old crossing ladies, they always help the kids get across the road.
No, we have them here too in America.
Yeah. There's those two cops that got creeped out by what they saw. I like how they give this like old school like camera vibe to these news reports. I mean, that's pretty smart.
That's classic James Wan.
Yeah, the classic aesthetics of this. Here's a skeptic. Yeah, a lot of people, some of these skeptics really do believe that she might have been some really good voice ventriloquist or some shit.
I believe you can actually find these interviews too on the internet.
Yeah, they are around. I haven't found one of them. I haven't looked into one of them yet, but I have been told that they do exist and they are out there, including like recent interviews they've had with them now because they're about roughly in their mid-50s, early 60s now. Most Haunted before Most Haunted was even around.
Well, it isn't a jukebox, is it?
She's starting to turn there. Did you see that? The way she's like kinking her neck like that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I think she's just turned.
Janet, are you all right? Are you?
That
It's Janet.
yeah, that's the British accents right there, dude. Oh, do you believe it's all fake now, folks?
Yeah, is this where she like taps? Are they gonna make a Crooked Man movie, or have they made a Crooked Man movie?
Oh, I think there was rumors they were gonna. Let me see what's going on with the Conjuring universe. I think there was talks that
You
they were
see,
gonna
like
do it.
it's unnecessary. It's like
I think they canceled it though. Let me just check. Yeah, apparently, there there was talk about them having a Crooked Man spin-off. However, it says here 2 months ago in May, James Wan readdressed the long dormant project. He said he still has the movie in his head. He's hoping one day to get it off the ground. So it hasn't happened yet, but he wants to see it happen. Oh, that's so Amityville. I'm expecting that one bit to happen now, innit? Get out!
get out.
yeah. Bill. That's the name of the ghost. It's Bill. Oh, okay.
72 years old. I come from the grave.
oh, that chair.
The devil is channeling. No, not the devil, but yeah. I want to listen to it. He's using a British accent. I like to hear him scream.
no, that is such an old English insult there. Shut your cow.
You old cow.
yeah,
That's funny. That's
That's how we
funny.
do it. That's how we say shit back here. So they reckon that she might have been a good voice impersonator or some shit. That's what some of the skeptics are saying.
You don't need to think about it tonight. You would just stay here as long as you like. Billy, aren't you supposed to be getting ready for bed? I thought you might like some biscuits.
Oh, those are I think those are either rich tea biscuits or digestives. They're from McVitie's.
Rich tea biscuits, eh? I thought they
Yeah.
were just cookies.
No. Those are those are definitely McVitie's rich tea biscuits. You just dunk them in your cup of tea. They taste nice. I just eat them as they are.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they taste they're not so bad. Digestives are good, but the chocolate ones, whew, they're really good.
Okay.
the Crooked Man resides in that thing. So, like as I was reading earlier, James definitely wants to do a Crooked Man spinoff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if James doing, I guess I'll be interested, but
It's probably going to be
I just think it's unnecessary. It's just like I don't want to watch a movie on a bench player. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because I know that he um will probably be involved in the producing and the writing side of things. Because I know that on have you seen did you see the last Conjuring movie? Devil Made Me Do It.
I saw it once, and I thought it
Yeah,
was I thought it was fine. First of all, the devil. Why just call it the Conjuring 3? Just let's get back to the numbering. Like Jesus Christ.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I know James Wan wrote the story for it, but somebody else directed it,
I could
and I know that
tell. I
I
could
know
tell.
exactly, and I know that the guy that directed the third Conjuring movie, he's back on board for the next one, but James Wan still wrote the story for the fourth one, and that new one that's coming will be I'm reading it will be the ninth Conjuring movie in total, but it's going to be the fourth and final Conjuring movie. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh shit! I didn't even. There's
I
Crooked
forgot
Man.
about that. There's the Crooked Man.
My shoes are tied. They're untied. That's young. That's young. That's young Christopher Walken right there.
Really?
Hello, little boy.
Damn.
Somehow Christopher Walken always comes back in these shows.
He always finds a way. And then it's that kid again. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh shit. Okay. I'm not sure if that actually did happen though. Things getting
No, it
thrown at
did
them like
not
that.
happen.
Yeah.
No, it did not happen.
Yeah, you gotta for some people you gotta figure out what actually did happen and what's made for the movie. That bit was definitely made for the sake of the movie for jump scare value, of course. And it works though. I will say that. It definitely
It
works.
works. It works. Absolutely.
Let's see what movies James Wan's gonna be doing next. Hang on. Wow. Well, this is interesting. I'm looking at what movies he's going to be involved in next, although he's going to be producing some of these, I might warn you. He's going to be producing the next Mortal Kombat movie. We got something here called Soulmate, which is a spin-off to Megan. Well, I don't know how well that's going to go now after we found out how badly the last one flopped. Something here called Incidents Around the House, which is a supernatural horror. And check this out too. He's also going to be involved in producing the next Mummy movie, which is directed by the same guy who did Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
And that's going to be full on R rated too. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Yeah, definitely need some help on this one. But yeah, according to the actual Enfield case, it was the longest. Yeah, it was the longest recorded paranormal case of paranormal activity in history. It went on for about 2 years.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
according to this, yeah. It went from hang on, I'll pull it up again. That case lasted from 1977 to 1979. So it lasted for 2 years straight.
It's a warning. If we keep doing this, you're going to die.
Oh yeah, well, when you're messing around with ghosts, man, you're gonna be punching in your death clock at some point.
Okay, my shit just stalled for a second. Paul, where you at?
All right, hang on, I'll just pause it. All right, we are at 1 hour, 1 minute, 33 seconds.
33 seconds. Okay, all right. So okay, I'm at 121. Okay, hang on.
All right,
3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33.
All right, we're back in. Might have been an internet lag where you are. Happens. For anyone who's just tuned in, folks, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We are watching The Conjuring Part 2, and we are about just 1 hour and 1 minute into this. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and but it's in the chat box. Shout out to you all in there. And if you want to donate, you can go to the Cash App, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. Man, like, I don't usually we be talking a lot in these movies, but this movie really has got us like intrigued, like to the point where we're just watching it all the way through now at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I
Yeah.
really enjoy these movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I'm just as glued as I am, as you are, man. Man, those what car makers that where you see the old Mini there in
Oh
the
my
background.
god.
Yeah, if you remember a comedy character, Mr. Bean, used to drive one of them fucking minis in the back. That's the
It's a
same
funny. It's an
damn.
hour in. It's funny. We're an hour into the movie, and the Warrens are just now getting to the house. That's a major setup right there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're an hour
Because
in, and the Warrens are just now at the house.
yeah, and that's supposed to be like the main characters of this series, and yet here we are an hour in. Now they're finally going to be playing a
They
part.
spent. Yeah, all that was set up. All that was set up.
And again, that's a risky move for any filmmaker. Doesn't matter if you're James Wan or an upcoming filmmaker. That's ballsy if you're not going to bring the main characters in until like an hour in. So you gotta have to like really have some really good build up for it to keep people intrigued. And to James Wan's credit, he pulled it off here.
That's a lot
Dude,
of
that's really
crosses. It's an
yeah.
uncomfortable amount of crosses.
Is it gonna be enough though? Might need more than that. Wonder how much money she spent on those crosses. She padlocked the fucking door shut. I don't blame her at this point.
Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
And again, the way the color draining looks, mostly due because of the aesthetics of England. Because I mean, back at that time, it was kind of bleak looking back then. So it works. That's clearly a film set. You can tell by the houses in the backdrop.
I'm just. I'm just. I'm just.
You're just drawn into this movie. Yeah, I get it. These movies will do that. Damn,
Yeah.
that kid is like, I'm not really in the mood to talk right now.
Fair for me, can talk to me anytime she wants.
It's crazy because I mean, even though she won an award for one of the films she's been in, this is pretty much this main series she's going to be mostly known for
Yeah,
when she
that's
retires.
what she's forever gonna be known for.
Yeah, and she's like 51 now. So, what's your expectations then for this fourth and final outing of them on this next Conjuring flick?
It better, it better, it better be the final one.
Well, this is apparently, according to what I've been reading and what is on the trailer, the next one's based on the case that made them stop doing this altogether.
Okay, okay. Well, like, we'll see. We'll see. I just feel that I'm just really getting. I'm about to go on a rant. Okay, it's like when.
Basically, they've milked the franchise too far. I know.
No. It's just that it's why I go on Bloody Disgusting or something like that, and then I see that that they're like I know what you did last summer, right?
Oh,
Like I know what
yeah.
you did last summer, and then I look in the bottom of the Facebook thing that it has like fucking like 1,000,000 likes and like 10,000 hearts, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said this is the problem. This is the problem right here. That's why I keep getting shit. You said, I know what you did last summer. I know what you did last summer. This is the problem. God damn it.
And there's your rant for today, folks.
I'm
But he's got a point.
I'm just saying. It's like, duh, bro. It's like this is why you keep getting shit. You claim you want new stuff, but yet you champion bring back old properties. That's why we can't get new shit. I'm like,
This,
another movie. Like I know what it is. I know what it is. Look, I know exactly what I did last summer doing. They saw what Halloween 2018 did. They saw what Scream did. Like, maybe we can get some of that. That's fine, but it has a shelf life. It's not. If you try to make a 3 movies out of this, it's going to get old quick.
and
Like,
yeah, but again,
God
this is
damn it.
and this is the same thing that I keep telling you, dude. Like Hollywood will not take a chance on an original IP movie very much because they're afraid they're not going to make the money back. So of course they're going to keep bringing out sequels and legacy sequels and reboots and prequels and remake because that's where they know the money's going to be. As fucked up as it is, dude, that's the truth.
Go to jail. That's what happened.
This is some bullshit.
You all right?
It is bullshit, dude. But what can I say? Mark here says, speaking as a
I'm just saying, it's like I always say this, Paul. I get. If you're excited for the new movies, I'm just busting your balls. I'm just saying. It's just like we. It's like enough already. It's just like you can only go back to even WWE's doing it. Like fucking Trish Stratus is coming back again. It's like why? This is what happens when you get nobody over today. If you keep going back to the well, we never had this problem in the 80s. We never had this problem in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Well, we kind of did, but god damn it.
I mean, why the hell are they bringing Goldberg back? I mean, the dude's like 60.
Thank you. Thank you.
If he wins the belt Saturday, dude, I'm not gonna be a happy camper.
It's just like, bro, it's like I get it's nostalgia and all that stuff, but goddamn it, once that bell rings, you're gonna learn real quick that Goldberg is 60 years old. You're gonna learn real quick.
Yeah, like dude can't go like he used to. Come on now.
And not just that, bro. It's like what you said. You just like with the Running Man they're coming out with. You just told me about what they're doing. They're doing another Arnold remake.
which we
It's
will get
like,
to.
bro, can we be creative? You could kind of say. Oh, wait. I love the scene here too.
Yeah, we'll see the scene and then we'll talk more about it.
Because I thought this was early in the movie, but yeah, I love the scene here with the water in her mouth. I love this scene here.
Mm. Well,
The
more case speaking
cinematography on this is really good.
exactly. Yeah, some people believe that she was like doing ventriloquist stuff, even with the water in her mouth. Oh, and Mark here saying, speaking as a 70s kid, it was pretty grim back then, yeah.
What movie? What line is this from? You should know this, Paul, because you're a fan of this franchise.
It's been a while, but go for it.
He's a little bit of this, but he's a little bit of this, but he's a little bit two of that. He's a little bit of that, but he's a little bit of that. He's Wrath, but he's a little bit too Wrath.
Teenage
I think
Mutant
that's
Ninja
how the
Turtles
line
2.
goes.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles Part 2.
I remember laughing. I remember like snickering at that because I'm like, that just makes no fucking sense, but it's funny.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, we haven't watched a
This is a
TMNT
good
movie in a
scene.
while.
This is a good scene here. So
Yeah.
effective, and I love how she's out of focus. You can see the change.
You can see it, yeah. It's that whole fear of the mind shit they're playing with here.
I love how it's out of focus. I love how it's out of focus where the camera's not focused on her. I love it.
I know. Listen to that voice. Ed. Damn, dude.
You see, like this is good. This is great.
Now, this is how you make an effective horror scene out of a ghost movie right here. Well, like I said, James Wan is a true student of the game here.
What are you doing? You're breaking guidelines, you son of a bitch. Because this is my house.
It's my house. I was here first.
Now you're slyly seeing the focus.
Yeah.
Not much, but it's not the little girl anymore. It's very well done. That was done in post, obviously, but it's really good.
It's very good how they did this.
And apparently, that's Patrick Wilson playing as Bill.
Yeah, that is true.
That's Patrick Wilson himself.
Somebody else was doing the voice though. I've forgotten who the name of the voice actor was, but he's been in like a bunch of video games because I've heard that voice before. I think I've heard this voice in like one of those on one of them video games. I think it was on one of them Dark Side games or Elder Scroll. It's one of them.
Oh no! Get that away from me!
Get that away from me!
It's great.
Well, and then it's back to the kid again.
I love how he's shriveling up. It's great.
It's pretty damn awesome.
A nice little cross dissolve, and we're back to the little girl.
That's really good. Who's the photographer of this movie, man? He needs a raise. I'm gonna get the name. Hang on. And she had water in her mouth the whole time. cinematographer was done by uh, Don Burgess, and he also did the photography work for I think the first Conjuring movie as well. Let me check his credits out. Hey man, this dude's photography credits read like a who's who. Listen to this. He's done camera works for films like Blind Fury, Forrest Gump, Richie Rich, Contact, Castaway,
Jesus.
Spider Man, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. He did the Book of Eli.
Damn.
Yeah, man. This guy, even the Aquaman movie. So this dude, he's no slouch. This guy's been in the business for a long time, since 1980. I think we're about to hit the third act of this movie right about now. Oh no, we're still about at least an hour from that.
I know it's not her, but she looks like this little girl looks like Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp.
It'd be crazy if it was.
Is it?
I'm
No,
saying,
it's
wouldn't it be?
not.
Let me see who it is. Her name is Madison Wolfe.
Okay. She kind of looks like Johnny Depp's daughter.
She does, yeah. Oh shit, she was in that movie Malignant.
Oh shit. Okay.
Nice. She was also in another horror movie called Re-Kill, which is a very hard to get movie. I actually got that on DVD somewhere.
Can I sleep in your bed, Mama? I butchered that British accent. I'm sorry, Paul.
Don't worry about it. I can't even do a British accent, and if I could, if I tried, and I'm from England.
But ain't that your like first language?
It is, but you see, because of someone like me who's on the autistic spectrum, I watched a lot of movies growing up, so I kind of made that accent my own. So it is what it is.
Hello.
That was pretty good.
Would you like me to scare the shit out of you?
Very London-like
She's
accent there.
on the ceiling.
How the fuck did she get on the?
She's teening it up like Nightmare on Elm Street. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you just imagine her stomach just sliced and blood's everywhere? She just falls and dies. That'd be crazy.
Now it's a whole different movie at that point. There's that creepy old man again. Yeah, that's the name of the actor that did the voice. I got his name now. It's Robin Atkin Downs. He's done a lot of voiceover work for video games. The one that I know him in the most, if I could pull it up. Yeah, a lot of Star Wars games, Rainbow Six, Halo 2. It reads like a who. There's so many to read through. It reads like a fucking who's who, but he's very well known.
Ah, look at that.
Whoa. That transition was perfect.
That was a great. Looked very smooth.
And now she's in the room that she does not want to be in right now.
Yeah, I think this is the poster here.
Yeah.
It looks like an abandoned house.
It does. Oh yeah, those crosses are going 666 all the way. Why am I getting Silent Hill and Doom vibes right now?
Oh shit!
Bloody hell!
There he is, the old man, the old British man.
It's Bill. You're the one that padlocked it in. You're gonna need a key for that, or you kick the door open or something.
Well, he got
Bloody
shot.
hell. It's obvious that this guy does not want to be evicted from his house. Bill is going absolutely fucking nowhere. He's trying to kill her with the damn curtains.
And it'd be crazy too, because whenever you see kids in peril, it makes things even more intense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
By
it's
the
a
way, I think
child. It's a child, you know.
Yeah, and I think that was a stunt double that got that over the head. You notice the size difference there?
Yeah.
I spotted that. But yeah, when you're throwing a kid in peril, that's when the movie takes a whole different turn. You know, or any movie for that matter. God, Jesus, those old red phone boxes. Yeah, James, that's what our phone boxes looked like back in the day. We still got a few
Do those still
historical looking ones
exist?
around. Yeah, there's a few phone boxes that's still around. There's one down the corner from where I live. Not exactly like that one, but yeah, we still have some phone boxes around. But nobody uses them much.
Do people still use them? Is the question. Because we have this thing called payphones, and those were out of style 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the
I
one
don't know about
down where
using those damn things anymore.
I know, right? I know the one down the corner from where I live does still work, but just to have a 5-minute phone call, you got to put about at least $2 in or £2 in where we are. Oh, and I think those. I don't know if those are the actual photos from the actual case or that's just something they did. I heard something about that one. I don't know. How do you explain that? Dude, we didn't see her taking another zip, so like that shit ain't gonna fly. All right, James, where'd you go? Oh, James is looks like he kind of drifted out in the chat box. Hang on a minute, guys. I think he's having internet issues. So it's just me here at the minute, guys. So if guys, you want to say something in the chat box, guys, please feel free to keep the chat box open. What do you guys want to talk about? So far right now, these guys are trying to figure out how we're going to try and get this old ghost out of the house and keep them from not trying to kill that kid. So yeah, video recording equipment back then was just fairly new at the time. Oh, jeez, I remember those old doors back then. But yeah, I'm just reading some stuff about this movie, and especially the case and everything. In terms of the timeline, the movie takes place about 6 years after the events of the first movie. So the first movie was like set in I think it was 1972 or 73, and this one takes place in 77 to 79. So that's where the timeline is on this one. Now, this is something I didn't know about when I was reading into this. It says here, unlike the original film, which they hoped to get in a PG-13, though the studio and the filmmakers were ultimately okay with the R rating. The sequel was both written and directed with the intention that it got an R rating. So apparently, originally they wanted this movie. Your microphone's off, by the way, James. Apparently, the original Conjuring movie they was hoping was going to get a PG-13, but the studios were like, "Nope, we're going to make this R-rated." So when they did this one, they were like, "Yeah, we're going to make this full-on R-rated." So that's what they wanted, and that's what they got. Yeah, you kind of dip for
Got
a minute or
Patrick
two,
Wilson. Got Patrick Wilson here singing Elvis.
Yeah, and he was actually singing this too. Man, those old acoustic guitars. I used to have one of those a long time ago, when I was a kid. But I tried to see if I could play one of those myself. But it's just trying to get the fingers right, when it comes to getting the right note.
I hear that. I hear it's terrible for your fingertips.
Yeah, depends on what strings you're using. So I remember, because especially when you're using like an electric guitar, you can have a guitar pick so you can hit the strings. Because I remember one incident, I think it was with Zach Wilde, that's referencing the Beatles, by the way they were crossing that camera scene. But as I was saying, there was the guitarist Zach Wilde who was in Black Label Society and was also the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne. There was this one video I saw on YouTube where he was doing a guitar solo, and I think he must have caught his fingers in the strings, and it cut, I think, about one or two of his fingers open, but he was still playing the guitar while there was blood just splatting all over his guitar. That's on YouTube. But yeah, it all depends on how you grab the strings on the fretboard and how good you are with it. Because otherwise, if you're not very skilled at it, or if you catch your fingers on it, then yeah, you are gonna cut your fingers open if you're not careful. And traditionally, some of those guitars are 6-stringed, but there are a couple of 8 strings and 7-string guitars now. Jesus, those big ass cameras. They were just new at the time as well, those ones. Ugh. Plumbing.
They were huge back then. Huge.
Yeah.
Those cameras, man. Jesus.
I know, right? And that was an RCA one as well. I think those were one of the first like prototype shoulder cameras with a battery pack. Mm-hmm. No, what'd you do? Oh, James is gone again, guys. I think James is having some issues with the camera or mic right now, but he should be back in a minute. Oh shit! That basement is just flooded even worse. It's gotten deeper, I think, now since we last saw it. Oh yeah, I bet it would be historic if you can prove it. Yeah, as you know, the scientist wants to like prove the scientific stuff. I guess he never saw that movie From Beyond, Or he's probably someone that's read into a lot of those H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Somewhere where. God, man, those old pipe things back then. He's smoking the pipe, the old man's pipe. And you're back, James. Mic's off. Well, anyway, they're heading down to these. Well, apparently got to go down into that flooded part of the basement. Let's just hope Pennywise doesn't pop up.
Paul, I think there's a delay.
Is there? Where are you at? Let me pause it. I am at 1
No,
hour and
wait. No. I think okay. I think it's good now because I've noticed the reason why I keep coming back is that when I speak, you respond like 5 seconds later.
oh shit, that's happening.
No, wait. Hang on. Paul, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Hello. Okay.
There's like a little bit of delay, but I think we're good.
Damn.
I think we're good.
All right. Well,
I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, they're in the basement, right?
Yeah, they're in the basement, and that basement is flooded really bad. He's up to his fucking knees in it. How the hell can a basement get flooded that? Oh shit! I can see something moving. You see it? He just did Pennywise before Pennywise even had his remake out, coming out of the basement water like that. I'm just gonna ask some people in the chat. Hey guys, in the chat box, is there a bit of a delay going on where I'm at right now?
It's Pennywise.
That's what I was thinking when I saw that.
Oh, look at that! Oh God!
Whoa. What the hell? Fucking hell. I think I might be a few seconds behind. Hang on, let me just did he just pull her in? I'm gonna fast forward a second. Hold on. Okay, he's just got to the bit where I just fast forward to the part where she bit his where he bit her arm. Hey James. Oh shit. I think there's a delay going on either on my end or James's end here, folks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait until James comes back on, and then I'm gonna exit the stream, and then I'll try and see if I can get back in, and maybe that'll fix it. I'll just tell him that in the chat box a minute. Anyway, guys. There you go. I've just left a little something in the chat box. We're having a little bit of a tech issue here, guys, and I think there might be a delay either on my end or his. So I'm just gonna relay the message to him. I can't see it on the StreamYard chat. So what I'll do is I'll wait until he comes back on, and then I'll put it in the. I'll put what I'm going to say on the YouTube chat, and see if that'll fix it. Apologize for the tech issues here, folks. I don't know what's going on here at the minute. I don't know if it's a delay on his end or mine, but we're trying to get this sorted out. But I hope you guys are still enjoying the film here, folks. If you guys are still watching, yep, we're watching the Conjuring Part 2, and that kid has just exploring the house. No, he's gone outside. And there's a shitload of knives on the table. Did Michael Myers show up all of a sudden? We didn't know it? Maybe James Wan here is hinting of that he wants to do a Halloween movie. Nope, better get back in there. The fuck? Janet just vanished. Oh, shit. Whoa, fucking hell. That chair almost took his damn head off.
Yeah, we're good now.
All right, because I was just going to say, I was going to leave the stream chat and then come back in and see if that cleared it up. But if it's good now, then we're good.
I just had to restart my computer.
Fair enough. Well, we're at the part now where Patrick Wilson almost had his fucking head taken off with a chair thrown at him. And he's trying to kick the door open. Oh, he got it open.
Come on, Ed, you fucker! Come and get me! Can you imagine if that old man was just as crass like that? You
can imagine, dude.
Sons of bitches!
It's the kind of thing I would probably do if I was in that situation. I'm like, come on, Ed, come and get it, motherfucker.
Yeah, my teeth matches your bite mark, you bitch!
Oh, shit.
Grandpa, stop talking to the kids that way! Fuck you!
Fuck you, I'll say whatever the hell I want. I might be an old piece of shit son of a bitch, but I'm still gonna be talking how I want. Fuck.
Grandpa, go to bed. Fuck you!
Fuck you! Oh. We're fucking off on one now, folks. Is that old grandpa singing in a sound effect, or is that just my stomach rumbling on that microphone?
Wait, what?
No, and there he had that microphone. I hear this like growling noise. I'm thinking, is that grandpa growling, or is that my stomach rumbling? How the fuck did she get into the junction box? How the fuck did she get in? Never mind.
That's creepy that she's like all smushed in there.
Yeah, good luck getting her out of there too.
Arlo's in this movie.
Hey, Arlo, how's it going? We still got 20 odd minutes left to go, and we're nowhere near over yet, guys.
This is good. This is good. Now, granted, I like the family in the first film a little bit more because I felt a little bit more of a camaraderie with the family in the Warrens compared to the family, but I still like it though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this sequel doesn't quite hit the same highs as the first movie did, but it's definitely a solid sequel. I mean, it's not like completely bad. Because we've seen sequels that are worse, you know what I mean? We've seen a bunch of them over the years. The hell? The video shows her throwing the chair. So I guess they now realize, hang on, she's possessed. As if they didn't figure that out already. Uh-oh. Okay, how do you explain this then, James? We're saying it's about supernatural ghosts, and yet the video is showing her doing it. It's trying to set her up. You can still hear me, right, James? Was there? Is this thing doing a delay again?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I thought the thing was having another delay then.
Is it?
No, I don't know if it is or not. I mean, you can still hear me good, right?
I can still hear you.
Okay, cool. I was just worried then. I just thought there was another delay in the stream, like a lag or something.
I think I know what it is. I think because a storm is coming through. So
Oh,
the sooner we get this done, the sooner we get this movie done, the better.
yeah. Well, we still got a bunch of news to go through. So that storm, it can piss off and wait. We need to do this. We need to do this show, man.
I agree.
So whoever's in charge of the weather department, fuck off. We're trying to do this movie.
That is Paul telling God to fuck off.
You can interpret it as that, yes. Anyway, moving on. They're just like, man, they now think that kid is doing it all herself. But I reckon that, that's the ghost manipulating what they're seeing as a whole trick of the mind stuff they're playing right now. But remember what I said earlier. They did the kids that are all grown up now. They did say that 2% of what happened was rigged. They did bring that bit up. Oh shit, James is gone again, guys. Now we know what's going on. It seems like the weather is. Oh man, we getting hit with technical issues up to high hell right now, folks. It's not. Again, it's a situation beyond our control. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately, folks. But please bear with us. We are still going to be doing this podcast from beginning to the end. I'll still be bringing up the news articles, and we'll go from there. So we're going to keep this going, folks. Even if it's me running solo for a bit, or if James is running solo, if I had the same situation, it's all good. So we're still going to be doing this. And James is back, and he's gone again. Man, the weather over there is being a dick. That the joke's on me. Oh, so that's the original music artist. And I remember that one on the Suicide Squad trailer. I've got that version of it.
Which Suicide Squad?
The first movie. This is the song that's playing. This is not the song that played on the trailer, but they had on the trailer of that 2016 movie. They had their own interpretation of that song that's playing right now for their trailer, which I actually happen to have on my Walkman.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And it's pissing down with rain real bad over there. Typical English weather. We get plenty of it.
Wait. You say it's raining?
Yeah, it's pissing down over there. It's not raining here right now where I'm at, but I'm saying on there, it's pissing down. But I can tell you right now.
I feel the rain. 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 It's raining all over me. I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response, I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist. Yes, I am. Rain all over me. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm damp. I'm damp. I'm damp. I'm damp. Lord, I'm damp. I'm damp. Oh Lord, I'm damp. I'm even wet. Wet all over for you, Lord.
You just had to play that one, didn't you, James? You just had to, didn't you? Fucking hell, man. Ugh. There's that creepy old man's voice on the audio again.
Hey, it
Still
was
good?
raining. You said it was raining.
Yeah, on the movie, yeah, but I didn't say about playing. Never mind. Moving on. But no, honestly, right, when it comes to this heat wave where I'm at right now, we definitely need some rain because it's been
Over there.
ridiculous. Yeah, like I mean, like it's like hot as shit where I am right now. Even though I got the window wide open and there's just no like breeze or nothing. It's just hot air where we're at right now. Oh, there's the creepy old man again. Oh, so we're gonna because he did mention that he died on that couch, didn't he?
Yep.
So I know it's been a while since I've seen it, but so that means then isn't the couch the source of the whole entire thing? Just a guess here.
I think so. I think so.
We need to burn that fucking couch then.
You're not burning my couch.
You want to bet?
I need somewhere to sit to watch the Andy Griffith show.
You're sitting on the fucking floor then. We're burning that couch so we can get you out of the damn house.
Tell me how to stop it.
I'm your elder. You're gonna disrespect your grandfather like that?
Piss me off and find out. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, dude. Come on.
I just love how old people. I just love how their mood. I just love how old people's mood once they get like elderly is just mean.
Yeah, they can get cranky real quick. I mean, like, at some point when I reach that age, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be cranky about a few things.
He's just a pawn. He's been enslaved to where he used to be in Janet's will. Enslaved by who? Something inhuman.
That nun. The nun's behind all this.
This is a long. This is a long fucking movie though. Like, this is longer than the first one.
Just like 2 hours and 12 minutes, isn't it? So,
Yeah, like how long was the first Conjuring? The
um,
first Conjuring, I'm looking up right now. The first Conjuring. Oh, dude, this is like 20 minutes longer than the first one. The first Conjuring wasn't even. The first Conjuring went 2 hours.
yeah,
It's not even 2 hours.
I know. And the
It's 2 hours
third
14
one,
minutes. So yeah.
yeah. And the third one's 112 minutes. So I'm wondering how long is the next one going to be? No running time confirmed yet.
Oh, it could have been
Oh.
20 minutes. Could have been 20 minutes. Could have shaved off this.
Yeah, you could have, yeah. But I guess because it was a
Got
sequel,
the eyes. The eyes.
that is so Evil Dead when I saw that eyes then. I think we're officially in the third act of the movie now. Climax time.
Come on, put that cookie down.
Don't. What the hell have we been? We're fucking off on one today, folks. Like fucking hell, man.
Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. We can have a bit of humor. It's all good.
There's a big change going on here.
Yeah, I know what that is. That's near Downing Street.
Poor Lorraine Warren, man. She is emotionally spent after these movies, isn't she? Because
Yeah,
didn't she Pincher did have a vision of Ed's death?
yeah,
She
yeah.
did. Yeah.
Early in the movie, yeah, that she did say that she actually saw in her dreams that Ed's gonna die if they keep doing this stuff. And I think that's why they're gonna go on the next one. The story is gonna be about the case that made them stop doing this. So I'm not sure what demon case. That let me see what one they're going to be doing on Last Fright. I'm going to find out where it is, what the story is for that. It's not saying.
Like you in the Paul, you in the chat saying you just had to play the video. Jay, hey, you said it was raining.
Yeah, I didn't say play the.
Raining. Oh.
Dude, that.
Oh man, he was gay as hell.
Yeah. Oi, that's my house. You can't put a brick through there.
The one the brick hit him in the head. One that hit him in the head, knocked him out. He's out cold. He's on the ground. Oh.
Whoa. Damn. Took it like a champ. Took that like a champ, dude.
He jumps up from being hit in the face by a couch. A couch hurls across the living room, smashes in his face, sends him flying, and he's up.
He just completely no-sold that. He's like, nah, you ain't doing that.
Ed is the man. He is the man. Will Ospreay got nothing on Ed Warren.
Now that I can completely agree with. Oh, man, we're going down that basement again. Nope, she's not getting in. Of course it's not going to open. He's not going to let you in. Well, it's only a wooden door. You can easily break that down. Just get a fucking axe or something. If there is one around. Well, apparently he's got no choice. He's going to have to try and fight this thing alone. She's that terrified about what she saw in her dreams. She's worried that this could be it for him.
Yeah. Yep. They have very good chemistry, Patrick and Vera. They have really good chemistry. I love them as a couple.
Absolutely, man. These two definitely worked.
They click. Yeah, they click together. That's why they were chosen, I guess, to play the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing when they were doing the audition, and James must have looked and thought, you know what, these two are the perfect ones to play it. And of course, the original surviving Warren family member at the time was obviously going to say that's an ideal choice too, because I'm guessing she had some kind of creative consultancy on it. Oh, dude, good luck unflooding that basement when this is all said and done.
Can we say that Ed and Lorraine Warren is the greatest horror movie couple of all time?
You're not going to hear me argue it. They definitely have a case to say that.
They're better. They're better than Tiffany and Chucky, and they're better than Gail and Dale. Gail and what's his name? Dewey. Dewey.
Yeah,
Gail
Dewey.
and Dewey.
Dewey.
Yes.
You could definitely say they're definitely on par with those ones you just mentioned. Maybe surpass them as well.
Because you feel the compassion between the two. You feel the love between the couple.
Exactly.
And it's woven into the fabric of the story. Their love is what ultimately helps them survive. It's the love that they feel for each other. It's the bond that they have that keeps them going through the struggles.
Ooh. Exactly.
And you don't see that too often in horror. You don't see that too often in horror films.
No, you don't see that an awful lot. Nowadays, they're just mostly throwaway ones. And that guy just took a face full of hot steam.
Yeah, Dewey and Gail is a high school relationship that should have ended 6 weeks after dating. And it's a quirky, self-aware, spoofy type of relationship.
Yeah, and he should have died on Scream 2. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, Gail should have died in Scream 6. They both should be dead by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. That would have been more impactful If she did die on
Chucky
Scream
and
6.
Tiffany. Chucky.
Oh, come on.
That's like a redneck. That's dysfunctional.
Yeah, but they do have some pretty good chemistry either way. 'Cause I remember when I saw.
They're a fucking disaster.
Yeah, but that's what makes them interesting in that series. I just keep remembering that bit on Bride of Chucky when after she first gets turned into a doll and they're talking about how to get that amulet. Oh, we'll drive there. Yeah, sure. I'll drive and you steer the pedals. We're dolls, you dope. And then she's like panicking and he's just like, shut up. Yeah, shut up. She just switches just like that.
Yeah, that's that toxic relationship.
Yep. I would have loved to have seen where they were going to go next on season 4, but they canned it. They say they're going to make another movie at some point, but we're not sure when.
Yeah, Don Mancini ruined the franchise.
Some people may agree with that, and some people say otherwise, man. I mean, like, for me, it's like, I still enjoyed watching the TV series. I mean, there were some cool bits in there, and those kills were actually not too bad. And plus, the fact that they deep dived into Chucky's past a little bit, I was quite intrigued by that. Oh, come on, dude. You got an axe. Surely you could put a bit more effort into chopping the shit out of that door. I'd have been already been through the door by now. Oh, she just had her I know what you did last summer moment there. There's that creepy ass nun again. You still hear me good, yeah, James?
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
checking outside.
Okay, cool. Let me guess. The weather's still holding up, or is it trying to brew up?
It's coming. That's all I'll say. It's coming.
Oh shit. Hopefully I can get the news bit in before it's too late. So the weather, whoever's in charge, just fucking hold it until this is over, all right? Otherwise, I'm coming up there to kick your ass. Wait, did I just say that? Oh, forget it. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I actually almost did have a near encounter with a thunderstrike one time when I was out. I can relate to that a little bit. Yeah, it's walking on the promenade on the whole late night, coming home, and it was raining, and I'm trying to take a shortcut through it. Next thing I know, this lightning strike hits, and it was about a couple feet away from where I was standing. And I just said, "Shit, man, I need to get back fast," because that sky was just cracking up, rumbling, and everything. So I could have got hit at any given time, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember this one clip I saw on YouTube where this dude got struck by lightning twice, and he just got up and walked away. I was like, "What? Oh, there's that crooked man toy box thing again." Are you sure you want to mess with that? That thing's gonna fucking jump in a minute. You son of a bitch! Fucking
See, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
They caught me off guard again. It is good how they did this stuff though. Oh shit! He did a full demolition. Oh, he did a full demolition job on that upstairs floor. Dude, is it taking you that long just to chop one half of the door? Kind of, dude. Like, you gotta be the worst axe chopper of a door I've seen so far. Come on, man. Oh, hang on. There she is, or is it old man Bill? Okay, that was a little bit wild. You know this didn't happen in real life.
Oh no.
Oh no. Again, this is for the extra shock value. This, hey, remember that vision about someone impale him? There's that tree thing. That's the vision she was having.
There's that sharp object. Oh no! And he said, yo, Ed is the MVP. He saves this girl's life while hanging on the curtains.
Those things can only take so much weight. There's that fucking nun again. What are you gonna do? Do something. There's our thumbnail, by the way. Damn. Teeth on her.
Oh, come on, Ed. You can do it.
No, you better do something.
Is the same person that played Valak here played her in The Nurse as well?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool. She's got a look.
And I think, hang on, let me see who's playing the nun. I might know the name when I see it.
There she is. She's pinned to the wall. Ed is saving the child's life. The last shower curtain ring. Where's Bill Griffin when you need?
Oh!
See, this is the love. This is the love.
Exactly.
Yep, that's what gets them through, folks. That's what gets them through.
Yeah, the person who's playing the
it's a good sequel. It's serviceable. It's long. I think it's too long. Like 20 minutes too long.
For its own good.
It's 2 hours 14 minutes. Like it's too long.
It is. I mean, like, I don't mind seeing long movies, but I think for a paranormal movie, it doesn't have to be this long. And you notice how the color scheme.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good movie.
And you see how the color scheme looks now that the ghost is gone. It doesn't have that grim look anymore. Oh Jesus, those old ambulance vans back then. And yeah, the person that was playing the nun, her name is Bonnie Aarons. She was also in Drag Me to Hell.
But you believed in me. I did.
I guess so.
Imagine if he turned. You believed in me, and he went, well, I wasn't sure. Can you imagine if he said that?
That would have been the end of the relationship right there.
This is so out of place.
Yeah, I know, right? That would have been the end of their relationship right there and then if that was said. You sure you want to part with that? Okay, fair enough. But I'll tell you what, Ed's the MVP in this movie after what he did earlier.
Dude, he was doing everything.
Yeah, they were throwing everything at him at that one. I mean, he took a face full of steam. He got headbutted by a couch. He still got the bruise on his fucking forehead to prove it too.
Hey, what the fuck you doing? You think I'm a clown? I'm here to amuse you. I think I'm a clown. I'm supposed to amuse you. Tell me what the fuck is so funny about me. Tell me.
Man, another good one. Yeah, good luck. Good luck repairing that window. Hey, look at that house next door. It's got double glazed windows. We never had those kind of windows back then.
Oh, really?
No. And if they were, I think they were still fairly new at the time. Peggy Hodgson would continue to live out the rest of her days in the Green Street house. So it's only the remaining kids that are still around. 2003, she passed away quietly while sitting in the chair.
Really?
That chair, yeah. The
Really?
mother
Exact
did,
same
yeah.
spot.
Yep.
That is creepy. That's creepy.
Like I said, I'd have burned that fucking couch long ago. And here's the Warren Museum. And to
Apparently,
answer
the
people's
museum doesn't look anything like this.
no,
But it's done cinematically. You know, perfect.
there's that fucking doll. Which, good news, if anyone is still listening, no, it did not escape. If it did, oh boy,
I
we
can't
got
believe they did.
problems.
I can't believe they did 3 movies with Annabelle.
Well,
You
believe
know
it, because
what's
they
sad?
did.
That doll, Annabelle, even with those 3 movies, has not transcended. Like it has. It's not like people get all excited and crazy for Annabelle.
No,
You can
it has its
show an
cult
Annabelle
following.
doll to the average person on the street, and they have no idea who the fuck it is. Now,
No,
some
exactly.
people don't know who it is. I mean, our friends probably know who it is. But you show Chucky to almost anybody, they'll know. They will know who it is.
Oh yeah, definite.
They
Like
probably know
that's
Megan more than know Annabelle.
exactly like
Those 3 Annabelle movies feels like it was a waste because Annabelle wasn't. She works best as a a bench player. Like I said, not every creepy thing needs its own fucking movie.
well, tell that to somebody who's in charge of Hollywood and the studios, man, because apparently there are some people that were. I'm not saying I was one of them, but and that
Head
is
of Warner Brothers,
it.
can I come in? Yes, sir, come on in. I'm sorry. That's probably how Hollywood
Oh, yeah, check
execs
it
are.
out.
Yes, sir, come on in. Yeah,
They're
man, come on
playing.
in. Yeah, come on in. I'm coked up.
Hold on, James. They're playing the actual recording. Listen. So that's the actual recording that you can hear playing, folks.
Wait, hang on.
And there you go.
Whew.
Yeah, that was the actual photos. So I was right about that.
I mean, you can be skeptical. You know, you can talk like this. You know, like it's not difficult.
We can all do it, including
Yeah, we can all do it. You know, so I mean, it's interesting. Like I really hate you kids and your 8-track tape records.
Yeah, and these mobile phones. Stay in your fucking lane. Oh, that hurt my throat.
Yeah, that'll fuck up your throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, look, like I mean, it's audio recording. You have to take in face value. I can't really measure that recording. Like, it sounds creepy. It sounds weird. Sure, interesting, but and who knows? Who knows if it's real or not? It's definitely strange. It's definitely strange for sure. It's
Be that as it may.
it's a pretty good movie though. I mean, again, I don't like as much as the first movie, but it's a serviceable sequel. I mean. And I may have to watch Conjuring Devil May Do It later tonight.
Oh yeah.
But I'm worried because especially with these new films coming out. I mean, hopefully
Yeah.
it ends on a strong note.
Well, it has to because, again, like I said, the next movie is based on the last case they did that made them quit doing it altogether. That's why this new one's called Last Rites.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so okay, so we'll do the movie news. Paul, just kind of get more of the bigger news because it's really starting. Yeah, the clouds is really hovering over right now. So do like the bigger movie news. So we kind of like get out of here because it's starting.
All right.
It's pretty bad.
All right, well,
So,
let's get. I'll get
yeah,
started
go
on the
ahead.
one I was telling you a little bit about. So, guys, apparently, how many of you guys have seen a movie called Red Sonja? You know, the old 1985 movie that had Bridget Nielsen and Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Well, apparently, I didn't even know about this either, but we're going to have a new reboot movie of Red Sonja. So Samuel Goodwin Films has announced this morning that their comic book movie adaptation of Red Sonja will be released on August 15th in the cinema, and then it'll be on digital platforms a couple weeks later on August 29th. It's been rated R for strong bloody violence. It's being directed by MJ Bassett, who's done a few episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead. He did a horror movie a while back called The Wilderness, which is not a bad movie, but he also did that terrible Silent Hill sequel, which I'm not going to get into. The new official synopsis is that enslaved by an evil tyrant who wishes to destroy her people, barbarian huntress Red Sonja must unite a group of unlikely warriors to face off against Dragon the Magnificent and his deadly bride. The movie's going to be starring Robert Sherman, who was in Umbrella Academy, Wallace Day, who was in Sheroes, Michael Bisping, who was in Den of Thieves, Luca, who was in Snowpiercer. Oh, one of the characters from the Underworld movies in this, the one that was in that Rise of the Lycans. Okay, Brad Ratcliffe, Philip Winchester, who's on Strike Back, and Trevor Eve, who was in The Walking Dead, will star alongside Matilda Lutz. The movie was written by Joey Solway and Tasha Hu, and like I said, it's going to be out on the 15th of August in the cinema, but then about 2 weeks later, it'll be on digital platforms. So I think the problem with that is because the cinema release and then being released on digital platform like 2 weeks apart from each other or a week apart from each other, that's going to hurt the box office for it significantly. So honestly, I think they should just have it in the cinema for a couple of months and then put it on digital platform, not have it like that close apart, that close to each other. So I don't know if you guys want to see that. There is an official trailer for it that's out right now. So I'll drop James the link to that trailer once we get off the air so you can have a little look at it. But if you guys want to see it, the trailer is there. Right, next bit of news. What have we got going on here? Let me see. Excuse me. Let's see. Queens of the Dead. What the hell is this? It's getting a cinema release this fall. What this is all about? Sounds like a zombie movie here, James. Which is fine. I'm all for zombie films. All right. So, Queens of the Dead, which is a new horror movie directed by Tina Oh, so this movie's being done by George Romero's daughter, Tina Romero. She makes her own mark on the zombie genre with Queens of the Dead, and Deadline reports this morning that the film has been acquired by an independent film company and Shudder. So this is going to be on Shudder at some point. It's going to be in the cinemas at the end of this year. No exact date yet. But let me just read into this. So the zombie apocalypse is such a rich sandbox to play in when it comes to social commentary. Yep, this is true. Can't be my dad's daughter without making an attempt to say something with zombies, Romero recently told EW. And she did want this film to be a film in which I'm paying homage to the world of monsters that he created, but introducing her own voice. Romero continued, it's very much not a film that he would make, but it is using his vocabulary and is playing by his rules, and it's going to have an LGBTQ element to it at one hand. So that's going to be a bit of a social commentary there. The story of this film follows an electric group of drag queens, club kids, and frenemies who must pit aside their personal differences and dramas and their unique skills and to combat a zombie apocalypse that takes place during a drag show in Brooklyn. Okay. just out of curiosity, because it is a zombie movie, I will check it out. And plus, because of course, it's done by somebody that's a member of the Romero family, so that's going to be a mixed bag for people. There's going to be some people that's going to be interested in checking that out, and there's going to be some people that's going to be like, "Oh, I don't want to watch that because of this topic matter." But you know what? For me personally, I don't care what the topic matter is about, as long as there's a good story to be told and it has all of the crazy zombie action that's known to be seen in a Romero movie. As long as she has that same quality that her dad did, then I'm interested in seeing it in either way. So that's going to be dropping in the cinemas. There's no exact release date yet, but it's going to be dropping at the fall of this year, and at some point it'll be on at Shudder. And the movie's called Queens of the Dead. So that'll be something to check out if you're curious enough to check it out. I mean, fuck it, I will. I mean, there's nothing else for me to do. Right. A new poster just got released for that new Stephen King movie, The Long Walk. Okay, whatever. Night of the Juggler is going to be getting a 4K release for the first time in 40 years. Okay, that's cool. Oh, and speaking of 4K releases, now I don't know if you knew about this, James, but this is something you might want to keep an eye out for. But later this year, the remake of the 1968 George Romero classic Night of the Living Dead, which came out in 1990, that remake one that Tom Savini did. Well, apparently, it's going to be getting a 4K release at the end of September. But here's the extra incentive on why I will probably end up getting it. For the first time ever, they're going to release the full, unrated, uncut version that never got released. Because if you didn't know, the R-rated version that Tom Savini was able to release 35 years ago apparently was heavily censored. That's why the gore was very toned down, and I think there was a couple of extra bits they didn't include just so it can secure an R-rated movie. Because keep in mind, folks, during the late 80s and early 90s, horror movies were becoming less and less popular at that time period. So that's why that remake of Night of the Living Dead didn't do very well at the box office. But it's nice to see that movie's now going to be getting an unrated release on 4K, and that's going to be dropping at the end of September. So that's going to be something I'm definitely going to be getting my grubby little hands on, no doubt about it. What's this? Creature feature Pacifico first look images highlighted practical effects. Oh, now I know this is probably going to put a smile on James's face. We got a creature feature that relies on practical effects. This should be good. So, filmmaker and visual effects artist Gonzalo Gutierrez, or GG as he's known as, is taking on practical effects with a creature feature called Pacifico. At its first look images, it gives a glimpse of the monster. So, I'm looking at this monster right now. It does look interesting. So, Pacifico follows a group of young travelers that are stranded on an island on the Pacific where they struggle to escape an evil alien presence that has been hidden from mankind for centuries. And I guess apparently they must have pissed it off and woke it up. So, but looking at the first images, it does look pretty damn good. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. And that's the thing as well. Like, me and James have been saying this like half a dozen times, and I've been saying it as well. I mean, it's good to have CG effects every once in a while, but when it comes to practical effects, that's where the real effectiveness is. I mean, like, you can have the CGI, but you can never beat or replicate old school practical effects, especially when they've been executed and done properly. I mean, a good example of movies that have practical effects that's done really well in terms of gore effects and whatever, I would say the Terrifier movies. But that's another topic for another day. I don't know when this movie's going to be out. So, but I reckon it's going to be playing at a few horror film festivals, probably the Fright Fest in the UK and possibly the Fantasia event. It might get something at Comic-Con. You never know. What we got here? Oh, shit. We got a brand new trailer for Bambi the Reckoning, which is part of the Poonaverse series. Films like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. They just recently released that Peter Pan horror movie version of it, and of course now we got a horror movie version of Bambi coming out. I have seen a few screenshots from it, and I've seen a few trailers from it, but I hadn't seen this new actual trailer for it just yet. But from what I'm seeing, it does look something that might be at least worth a watch at least one time, just out of curiosity side of things. Let me see when that's going to be coming out. But yeah, they just dropped a new trailer for that, and it plans on being released in the cinema on July 25th, 2025. So that's going to be hitting the cinema in about 2 weeks. I think it might be getting a limited cinema run, but yeah, the brand new trailer for it has just officially dropped. The movie's going to be starring Roxanne McKee, who was in Game of Thrones. Nicola Wright, who was in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, is in it. Russell Jeffrey Banks, who starred in Who's Watching Oliver's in it. Ton Morrison, who's in Show Horses, is in it. And another cast member from Love Island is in it as well. And it's also, again, like I said, being produced by the same people who did the Blood and Honey movies and that recent Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. So you can expect, what kind of movie you're going to be expecting from that. What do we got here? No Tears in Hell. That sounds like a Russian horror film. We got some more Toxic Avenger news. So Toxic Avenger has now officially become the first unrated horror movie to host its own SDCC Hall H panel. Nice. Well, I'm guessing ever since Cineverse has been releasing unrated movies like Terrifier 3, and of course now they got the rights to release the Toxic Avenger film. But yeah, it looks like it's going to have its own panel at the San Diego Comic-Con. And this would be the first ever time that an unrated movie has its own panel at such an event. So that right there is huge news, because it does prove now that there is a fan base and there is an audience and a market value for movies to get released unrated. Because, before movies like Terrifier came about and became highly profitable for, with an unrated rating, most of the movies that ended up getting an unrated release would usually get a limited cinema run, and they didn't make a lot of money at the box office. Well, that trend has now shifted because of the success of those Terrifier movies. And I guess, Toxic Avenger, the new movie, having its own panel at such an event like Comic-Con, especially being an unrated movie, being the first one to do it, that's groundbreaking in terms of the movie side of things. So I reckon this could possibly be the start of a whole new trend of movies. We might see a lot more unrated movies, provided they're marketable enough. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how they do on that in terms of the box office numbers and whatever else. Let's see what else we got here. Any more bits of news? I'm skimming through these as fast as I can, folks, because there's no guarantee on how bad the weather's getting where James is right now. And the last thing we want to do is have the show fucking killed off because of bad weather. I'm just seeing if there's any more bits of news, and then James will probably drop his thoughts on the ones I've just mentioned in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you time, Phil. I'm trying to give you time, Paul. Just speed up a little bit.
I'm trying, Jesus. I'm trying. Okay, we got a little bit of video game news here. Finally, the remastered edition of System Shock 2 has officially been released on consoles. You can find that on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. That's if anybody still gives a shit about that console, because for anybody who doesn't know video game side of things, the mainstream video game industry is fucked right now because of people's fed up with the way the video game industry's been treating people. And now I'm kind of the same when it comes to that. But yeah, that's officially out today. And on July 17th, you got that DLC for RoboCop Rogue City called Unfinished Business dropping next week. So that'll be something to keep an eye out for. Any more bits of news? Hang on, I'm just quickly checking to make sure I've covered my bases, and then I think that'll. Hold on. Oh, right. One more bit of news, and this is a TV-related news, James, and this might catch your interest here. But the first behind-the-scene photos of Crystal Lake has just surfaced, which which takes you deep into the Voorhees family's hunting grounds. Oh, okay. So filming has officially kicked off for the upcoming Friday the 13th TV series called Crystal Lake, which is going to be made by Peacock and A24. And it's gonna serve as an expanded prequel to the legendary slasher franchise. It's shooting under a false name, of course. Um, but apparently the first photo has officially shown up, and it's basically the Camp Crystal Lake sign. So filming has officially begun. Keep in mind, folks, this is the first time we've seen anything in a Friday the 13th related franchise. This is the first time in 16 years that we're going to be seeing Jason resurfacing. He's been laying dormant for the last 16 years. The last time we saw him on anything was that 2009 remake. It's going to be an 8-episode series. That's going to be directed by a couple of filmmakers here. We've got Michael Lennox involved in one of them. Celine Held and Logan George are slated to be doing directing some of these episodes. Linda Cardinelli, she's gonna be playing Jason's mom, Pamela Voorhees, and she's being joined by William Catlett, who was in Abigail, Cameron Stoggins, who was in Nashville, David Cressley, who was in Godfather of Harlem, and Gwendolyn Studsom, who was in and will play a police officer that was portrayed by Ronnie Mike in the original movie. Okay. So, we now know it's being filmed. So, I think James will quickly drop his phones on that. But that's pretty much all the movie news I can give right now, folks, because I'm kind of running on a time limit because of the fucking weather. But yeah, there's your news.
All right, sweet. Okay, all right. So, so Paul, well, what do you have? What do you have for next week?
All right, guys. Next week, we're going to be taking a trip to space, and it involves a rescue team that gets a distress call from a spaceship, which believed to have been missing for 7 years. And now here we are 7 years later. The ship has returned. The only difference is, though, the ship brought something back. It brought hell back with it. My next pick, folks, Event Horizon. And what are you going to answer that with, James?
Well, I'm gonna throw a curveball.
Oh, really?
Throwing a curveball, and we're going to step out of the world of horror for this one.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes. We're gonna step out the world of horror, and I think this movie is absolutely fantastic. It's a movie that just celebrated its 40th anniversary. We're gonna go back in time. And yes, it is. It's one of my favorite movies. I think it's a great film, and we're gonna watch the very first Back to the Future.
Oh shit! Back to the Future. All right. Well, damn, it's it's been a minute since I've seen that classic. Well, in that case, then, well, after that one, I'm gonna have to answer with a curveball of my own, and I think I know just which one I'm gonna go with, but I'm keeping my lips sealed until then.
Yes, especially now we're in the midst of summer. Expect a couple curveballs from here. It's all the way to maybe October. Expect some curveballs to be thrown.
Fuck it, why not?
I mean, we are a horror movie channel, but every now and then, it's nice to step out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all right. So Paul, tell the fun folks where they can find you.
All right. Well, if you'd like to see photos, I'm on Paul Burt's Photography Corner. I just got back yesterday from getting photos from Cradle of Filth. That was a damn good fucking metal show in Torquay. If you guys weren't there, you missed out on some fun, but there's some photos there for you to see. If you want to see some horror stuff, Go on Support Indie Horror. That's also on Facebook. We're nearing 10,000 followers. And of course, if you're not on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram. Just type in my name. TikTok, you can pretty much find me there too. And if you're not on any of those platforms, you can go on Blue Sky. You'll find me there too.
And of course, you can find me on Primetime James Thomas, Primetime Movie Network, which is this channel. And of course, you can find me on Primetime Podcast, which is my first wrestling podcast channel. Sorry for the delay of wrestling content. It's just that wrestling fucking sucks right now. But
Yeah, it does.
it's terrible. Like, there's nothing interesting going on. Well, I mean, the only thing kind of interesting for All In is Tony Storm, and I'm pretty sure for you've seen the back and forth. Me and some people are going about that.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So Tony Storm, we're saying that's the only match I'm only interested in for personal reasons. But but yeah. So we'll see y'all next week for Horizon. Yeah, it's starting to come down, so we're gonna have to get out of here. But
shit.
Yeah. So, hey, you know what? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed tonight's episode of The Conjuring 2. Let us know your guys' thoughts on The Conjuring 2. Do you like it? Do you guys not like it? Let us know in the comment section. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well, so that way you get notified once me and Paul go live. And you all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next week. Event Horizon, and damn it, and just for Paul, and on behalf of Paul and myself, we appreciate the love and support, and always remember, drop a low for Jesus.
The song was taught to us by our very own pastor, Pastor James, when we was just this little.
Free Pastor James!
My man loves me. He provides for me. He protects me. So tonight, I'm gonna drop it low just for him. Drop it low for Jesus. Keep the Lord in mind. When you're dirty wine, drop it for Jesus. In the club, shake it to the floor and show it love. I'm on the grind, 'cause for my sins he died. Cause I know I'll be at the pearly gates for show. I'll be in the number when the trumpet starts to blow. But tonight I gotta drop it low. Drop it
Cut the
low.
God loving music. Give it up again for what's your name?
Renita,
y'all. Yes. They will never be on this program again. That's enough dropping it low for Jesus and all our Christian viewers and our African American.
Wonderful, beautiful. That's right.
You so-called Christian-looking whores.
That's it.
Jumping in some church, flapping your ankle chains around, all on the choir, breasts hanging out, lips all red, nails painted red, purple, blue, green, long like bird claws, all this fake hair, breast implant, toenails painted with little fake diamonds in it. Your toes ain't richer. You're nothing but a prostitute.
Amen.
Yeah, man!
Wonderful prostitute.
Go to church now. Go to church. Got nothing but a singing hoe, a shouting hoe, a organ playing hoe, a choir director hoe. Hey, preacher. If what I just said describe your wife, you're married to a hoe.
Amen.
Am I right, I said? Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Amen. Wonderful.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
A man that's a real man don't want his wife out in the street looking like a prostitute. And you a holy woman?
Amen.
Or claim you's a Christian? Christian with skin-tight pants. Showing the very shape of your birth canal. Going to some church with the shape of your birth canal exposed in public and cheese all up the backside of your behind. Carrying a Bible. Going to church.
Yes, sir.